You don't believe me now, but you will. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one night, when you're lying in bed, listening to the quiet hum of your house, you'll hear it. The knock. It will be soft at first, barely audible. 3 taps on your window, not your door. Even if you live on the 2nd floor, you'll tell yourself it was the wind, the house settling, maybe an animal outside. You'll go back to sleep, and that's the first mistake, because the next night it will come again, louder, more deliberate. 3 knocks. You'll check the window, nothing. You'll turn on the lights, nothing. You'll tell yourself you imagined it, but deep down you'll know the truth. He's testing you. I was like you once. I didn't believe the stories. I laughed when I first heard about the man who knocks, an old urban legend, a tale meant to scare kids into staying inside after dark. They said he appears only at night, that he never speaks, never breaks in, he just knocks. Again, and if you open the window, if you look outside, you let him in. No one knows what happens after that, because no one who has let him in has ever been seen again. I thought it was just another ghost story, until the night he knocked on my window. It was 2:57. I woke up to a faint tapping sound. 3 knocks. I blinked, groggy, my mind slow to register the noise. My room was dark except for the dim glow of my alarm clock. I turned onto my side, trying to ignore it. Then 3 more knocks. A chill ran through me. It wasn't coming from the door. It was coming from my window, the 2nd floor. I sat up, every muscle in my body tense. My curtains were drawn, but I could feel it. Something was there, watching me. My heart pounded. My breathing was shallow. I told myself not to check. I told myself to lie back down, to pretend I didn't hear it. But curiosity is a dangerous thing. I reached out, gripping the edge of the curtain. Slowly, cautiously, I pulled it back. And there, standing in the darkness outside my window, was a man. He didn't move. He didn't blink. He just stood there. His face was wrong, too long, too pale, stretched into a grotesque, twisted grin. His eyes were empty, hollow, like 2 endless black pits. I couldn't breathe. The man lifted his hand and knocked. 1, 2, 3. I stumbled back, heart hammering against my ribs, my stomach twisted. My entire body screamed at me to run. But I couldn't, because as I watched, the man slowly, so slowly, lifted one long bony finger and pointed at the lock on my window. A silent request, a demand. Let me in. I squeezed my eyes shut, whispering to myself that this wasn't real, that when I opened them, he would be gone. But when I opened them, he was inside. I don't remember screaming. I don't remember how I got out of my room, how I stumbled down the stairs, how I slammed the front door behind me and ran. But I did. I ran out into the street, barefoot, breathless, heart pounding so loud I thought it would burst. When I finally turned back, my house stood in eerie silence. The window to my room was open, the curtain fluttered in the wind, but the man was gone, or so I thought. The police didn't believe me. Of course they didn't. There was no sign of forced entry, no footprints outside my window, nothing on the security cameras. They told me it was sleep paralysis, a nightmare, stress. They told me to get some rest. I didn't go back to that house. I moved. I changed my number. I did everything I could to disappear. And for a while I thought I was safe. Until last night, at exactly 2:57 a.m., I woke up, not because of a noise, not because of a feeling, but because my phone buzzed. A message, no number, no contact name, just 2 words. Miss me. I dropped my phone. My hands were shaking. Then, knock, knock from the window. Not my door, my window. Even though I live on the 5th floor. You don't believe me now, but you will tonight when the clock strikes 2:57 a.m. When you hear the first knock. And when you do, don't look, don't open the window, and whatever you do, don't let him in.